G'day guys, I'm out at the club again today, mucking around with one of my ASLs. This is a Pacific stick made by Eric Hoffert's and Patrick Lake longbows. It's a gorgeous bow. But yeah, a little bit different because it's my first time mucking around with wooden arrows. These are just very basically, almost crudely put together by me. I bought them off a friend of mine. I believe they're Port Orford cedar and they weigh probably close to 500 grains. So for this bow, which is just over 50 pounds at my draw length, that's a good weight to have them. I'm also mucking around with a glove and shooting split finger because I want to start going in more shoots down this way, and in order to be put in the traditional longbow division, I need a straight and longbow like this one. I need to shoot wooden arrows, and I need to shoot split finger. So if I shot 3 under with a tab like what I normally do, I'd be put in the modern longbow traditional division, I believe, which would still be fine, but I'd probably only be competing against myself, and there's not much fun in that. Not that I'm that worried about winning competitions, but I think it'll just be fun to muck around with a few other people shooting in the same division. So I'm having a really hard time getting a clean release with this glove. I'm not sure if it's just because the leather's a bit heavier or because the finger tension feels completely different compared to with one of my tabs, but that's what I'm having a hard time with at the moment. That and just holding low enough, because it's putting my anchor point, obviously, or my knock on my arrow much lower down my face, so I'm shooting high on a lot of these targets. But it's good fun mucking around. Certainly good fun feeling a lot more traditional, especially with a bow like this, which is made out of laminated yew cores. It's making me feel very much like I'm in the 100 Years' War between England and France. And I've said before in my videos, I'm an absolute history nerd. I make a living talking about history, so that kind of stuff gets me going. I'll just keep rolling a bunch of footage of me mucking around here at the club. A lot of it's pretty ugly, to be honest, but if you're into longbows and wood arrows and full trad, except the fact I'm using a Kafari quiver as opposed to a back quiver, then you might enjoy it. And yeah, have a good one. A lot of pig targets here because we all love hunting pigs here in Australia. Doing my best to keep pulling through the shot, but I don't feel like my fingers come off the string quite as cleanly with the glove and 3 under. Having said that, I think the bow's even quieter shooting in this style. It's ridiculous how good that sounds. It's tougher than my regular style of shooting, but it's certainly a hell of a lot of fun, which is obviously why we do it. Oh, high again. I normally have to shoot at this camel target from over 40 meters away, which is probably somewhere around that 45, 46 yard mark. Part of the appeal of going in the traditional longbow division in some of these shoots is the fact that I don't have to shoot from quite as far. So with my recurve setups, the furthest I'd have to shoot would be around that 48 meter mark, which is probably close to about 54, 55 yards, which is a hell of a poke with no sights and shooting off the shelf. Or I've actually got a new bow now which I've got a rest on. But anyway, the shots are a lot closer in this particular division, which is part of the appeal, but I guess the limitations of the equipment make it just as difficult anyway. But the last time I went to a shoot, there were a lot of people shooting traditional longbow, so I liked the idea of being part of that crew. Give you a look at the bow again. Yew limbs, black glass, dish grip, Cody riser, lovely and light in the hand, 51 pounds or 26.5 inches. Beautiful bow. Absolutely love shooting it, obviously. Having a lot of fun with it. Well, thanks for watching, guys. It's a bit of a learning curve, obviously, but I think I'm going to enjoy the journey, and it's going to be interesting going between doing this kind of thing and going back to my recurve bows, especially seeing as I've got an ILF rig here that I'm about to start trying to tune in as well, so I might go in those kind of comps in the future, but yeah, lots of things to focus on, but it's all good fun. That's the main thing. Cheers.